Los pulmones llenos de rimas en mi boca, con los ojos rasgados, con la tierra en las manos. Venimos con el mundo y venimos con su canto. Vengo a construir un sueño, el brillo de la vida que habita en el hombre nuevo. Vengo buscando un ideal y un mundo sin clase que se pueda levantar. Vengo con el mundo y vengo con los pájaros, vengo con las flores y los árboles, sus cantos. Vengo con el cielo y sus constelaciones, vengo con el mundo y todas sus estaciones. Vengo agradecida al punto de partida, vengo con la madera, la montaña y la vida. Vengo con el aire, el agua, la tierra y el fuego. Vengo a mirar el mundo de nuevo. Vengo a mirar el mundo de nuevo. Vengo en busca de respuestas con el manojo lleno. Vengo buscando un ideal de un mundo sin clase que se pueda levantar. Vengo con nuestro pelo negro, con pómulos marcados, con el orgullo indio en el alma tatuado. Vengo.
Sports presents the MBA. Monday Night Basketball is coming right up. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Looking at the Lakers, they took the win in their last game against the Charlotte Hornets.
And it goes back to what's been their strength, really, on the interior. From a defensive standpoint, they just defended the rim as well as you could.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive the way they did it, guys. They were alert, they were active, they were aware, and their reaction to shots was outstanding.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Bradley. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Thompson. And it's Vucevic in the center, locking down the middle.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after David gets home.
And the basket by Lillard. Here's Dellavedova. Forward by Lillard. Dellavedova kicks to Bradley. Dishes it to Anthony. Back to Bradley. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Bradley's got his first bucket of the night. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Lillard. And Thompson sends it back. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Here's Smith. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Rebound the Lakers. And they're on the break. And he's holding for the alley-oop. Nice shot by Porzingis.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the three.
The screen from Thompson. Dellavedova kicks to Anthony. It's tipped. 6 on the shot clock. Vucevic the pass to Thompson. Stolen by McGee. To the inside. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
I love that word. Say that one. The word and the jam. I want to see it again.
Just beautiful. That's one of those alley-oops upside your head right there.
There's the dish to Carmelo. Hands it from downtown. Anthony's got 5 now.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
He set the pick. Lillard from outside. Just 5 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. It's stolen by Vucevic. Anthony dishes to Bradley. Feeds it to Thompson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. The Lakers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Bradley against Lillard. McGee is screened. Down low. Smith lays it up and banks it in.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
The screen from Thompson. And Bradley gets it to go.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
McGee sets the pick for Lillard. In the corner, Smith with it. Thompson with the rebound.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Now, here is Smith. Over to the wing. Kicks it to McDermott. 6 to shoot. Here's Porzingis. And another 3 for the Lakers.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
Lakers whipping the ball around now. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And a moment here, take a look at some of the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight. And that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Former coach of the year, Byron Scott, now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I think he's a guy that The eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
Out to Harris. Nurkic in the post. Biombo on him. Count that one. Trailblazers trailed by 4. They set the pick. And Marshall kicks to Morris. The pass to Powell. There's the feed to Morris. It's Anthony with the drive. Anthony drawing the double team. Morris passes to Marshall. Second shot opportunity. It's his first trip to the line. And he makes the first. Anderson, he's checked in for Anthony. Marshall hits them both. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Nurkic setting the pick for Douglas. This is it to Caldwell Pope. 5 on the clock. Now here's Douglas. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to Los Angeles. Powell kicks to Biombo. They set the screen. The 3, Marshall tries again. The kick out to Anderson. Morris a screen beyond the arc. And it's Anderson that time on the assist from Marshall. Anderson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Douglas with 3. Got a piece of it. And finished off by Anderson.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
That's a 2 from Douglas. And too long on the shot. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now. Looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And the Lakers making a change here. And here's Marshall from the arc. And he gets it to go. Marshall's got 5.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here.
How do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the tee.
Yeah, really left them no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of the night. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And here's Morris for 3. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's the Trailblazers as they end the first quarter on a 12-3 run. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers, guys, what do you think?
I'll tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got Tobias Harris. Contavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Tony Douglas. Then it's Matt Bonner. And it's Ballard in at the 5 down low. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And guys, you know, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a two guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
Trailblazers leading by 5. Pass to Anthony. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Portland with the ball. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Back to Bradley. And it's Anthony, top of the key. 4 on the clock. Takes a 3. The offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Bradley. He feeds it to Vucevic. Here's Bradley. He's got 5. Vucevic dishes to Bradley. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Comes up empty down low. Lakers trail by 5. And screwed up by Harris.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. They're teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
And that one's good, Anthony.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Douglas with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. To the paint. Caldwell-Pope. That's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. He didn't even have to break stride.
Hit by Vucevic. Bradley, no one around him. Kept alive. Outside Anthony. And there's the call on Tobias Harris. That is his first foul of the game. That's his first personal foul. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him. But with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
What a pass, and then the layup was a bit of a circus move.
So smooth.
Yeah, he really could have trying for the big slam there, though. Just a nice, solid finish for the layup.
And getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, great. In games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
You know, when we talk about needing a big 3 to compete for a championship, and for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half. And when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day. And that's really what Carmelo did.
Inside, here's McGee. It's stolen by Bradley. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Bradley's got the ball.
It's as if the defense just let him go.
He'll thank them for that because he got a chance to perform a little razzle-dazzle on that one.
And that one's good. Bradley's got 11 points. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Portland.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
And for JaVale McGee, what was once such a promising career is now, Clark, I think, kind of at a crossroads.
Yeah, you know what? He is capable of being a major rim protector and rebounder, but I think teams are getting a little bit impatient with him because he's just not matured to the point that you would have expected.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now, here is Morris. 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
And for McGee, it looked like he had taken a positive step last year when it was announced he would sign with Boston. The front office even came out and sang his praises. Then negotiations fell apart and McGee didn't play again for the rest of the season. Another in a long line of disappointments over his career.
Now, here's Biyombo. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. They grab their own miss. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
You know, regarding McGee, he spent most of his career eyeing the money. He forced his way out of Washington partly because of it. Didn't sign with the Celtics because he wanted to be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. He has to show that he can still play if he wants somebody to really pay.
Marshall passes to Morris. Portland moving the ball around. And stolen by Lillard. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Smith, no luck.
Oh, boy, that would have been a nice alley-oop.
Boy, really liked the thought on that play, but didn't quite get it executed. Almost made a spectacular play.
Now, here is Morris. Shot clock at 5. Power down with both hands.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Lillard outside. Again the miss by Lillard. And Portland with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Biyombo kicks to Powell. He dishes it to Morris. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. For Portland, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Now, here's Lillard. To the middle. Shoots from the right block. And McGee kicks to McDermott. And again, the Lakers, no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Lakers trail by 14. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Porzingis can't hit.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look he wanted.
The Trailblazers have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. That's good for Marshall.
At the line for the Lakers, Kendall Marshall.
Marshall hits them both. Los Angeles has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Dishes to McDermott. Inside. He gets it up. And no good trying to get that one. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the Trailblazers
41.
as they end the second quarter with an energy burst, a 19-6 run. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Melo having a terrific game. 13 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. They've got Vucevic. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Avery Bradley. Then it's Anthony, and it's Thompson in at the 4.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession. And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
And Anthony gets it to go. Douglas, the pass to Porzingis. He kicks it to Douglas. Bradley against Smith. Takes the 3. And he gets the bucket. Smith's got 7 points.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Bradley. He's got 11. They get the rebound. Thompson. That's tipped. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Here's Dellavedova, defended by Douglas. Another shot, and Bradley gets it to go. 13 points in the game. Out left to the wing. Porzingis passes to Bonner. From downtown, the Lakers rebound.
And that's a huge... because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
Here's Vucevic. Can't hit. And the Lakers will go the other way with it.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Douglas for three. That's good. Douglas has got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Anthony kicks to Thompson. Pass to Dellavedova. Portland moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Anthony's shot is off.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Dellavedova kicks to Vucevic. The dish now to Bradley.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Outside Anthony. Takes the 13-footer. Anthony missing again.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Trailblazers leading by 12. Bradley with the ball. Now Smith defending. Outside Anthony. Dellavedova dishes to Vucevic. Pulls up. Portland no good that time either.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one. They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And you know, it wasn't just about getting hot offensively. Defensively, they've been stellar as well.
Feeds it to Anthony. Tries to snap the cold streak. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. And that's 20 points for Carmelo Anthony. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul.
It's still pretty early to judge, but so far the 2014 draft class has lived up to the hype. The top guys were as good as promised, and a lot of talent down later in the draft as well.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. With the 2014 draft class, Clark, it was so hyped up, a lot of teams probably didn't care if they were losing some games at the end of the year as they themselves were testing some younger players on their roster.
Yeah, agree with you wholeheartedly there. And you look at the guys from that class, many of them have star potential.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Here's Larkin. Out to the right wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. This one for 3. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Trailblazers leading by 13. And Marshall kicks to Biyombo. Fires the 3. Anderson passes to Marshall. Poked away. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That'll be his second foul of the game. Lakers have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Nice shot by Larkin. Larkin's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Partner, that's assuming they can continue that hot shooting. But if they do, and especially if they can get a few stops, you have to think they'll make this thing interesting.
Kicks it to Caldwell Pope. Nurkic Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Nurkic has got his second basket. And Yusuf Nurkic, really a big, good-looking young prospect. He's the guy that took Mozgov's place in Denver.
Yeah, originally Kevin drafted by the Bulls at number 16, then traded to Denver, as you indicated. His sheer size alone, 7 feet, 280. That makes him a force on the glass.
Larkin, the pass to Villar. Harris dishes to Larkin. The pass to Villar. And there's the feed to Harris. Shot clock at 2. And finished off by Nurkic.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Deflects the pass. Throws it up high. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Stupendous. I love that word. Save that one. The word and the jam. I want to see it again.
That's one of those alley-oops upside your head right there.
There's a screen. Here's Powell. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Or the defenders have to make sure they tag him. And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Trailblazers lead by 12. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Trailblazers leading by 12. They've got Shane Larkin. Nurkic is out there with Tobias Harris. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Villar in at the 5 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And it's Harris off the drive. Puts it up from 12. Nurkic can't hit.
Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game.
Dominating on the glass, Greg. I mean, a huge advantage for them in that particular category.
Here's Dellavedova. Just 4 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Off the pick. And Portland again with the bucket.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Nice shot by Larkin.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
Here's Anthony. And Vucevic kicks to Anthony. Three-pointer, Dellavedova. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got his 4th assist in this one. So it's the Lakers now. 19-point game. They host the Spurs after this one. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
passes.
Nikola Vucevic.
To Vucevic. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
That's an inexcusable mistake, guys. That's not the way to get back in the game.
And I don't know if anybody can tell you what he was thinking, because I certainly have no idea.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Personal foul.
Well, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence, Clark, his entire career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
Dellavedova, the pass to Thompson. And here is Anthony. No defense, and he shoots. And it's Anthony again missing.
And for Smith and his confidence, last year even he said he's on pace to be one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. So obviously not lacking in belief in his ability.
And stolen by Lillard. Fast break, the Lakers. And here they go. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
And not sure if I can agree with J.R. Smith's assessment that he'll be one of the greatest shooters of all time, but he's pretty deep into his career at this point. Maybe he's hoping for a Kyle Korver type of career after 30 years of age.
Anthony, no one around. Bangs home the trifecta. Anthony's got 15 points in just the second half. And Vucevic kicks to Anthony. And another 3 for Portland. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Here's Dellavedova, covered by Lillard. Here's Anthony. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
He saw that one was going long, and he tracked it down.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. So it's the Lakers now. Vucevic with the block. Fast break. Here they come. Now Anthony.
Who got Bradley? Get Bradley! And one thing about the NBA, there are a ton of siblings currently playing in the league. Some on the same team, some on opposing sides. But there must be over a half a dozen sets of siblings.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
I think the crowd is still stunned by that one.
Now here's McDermott, covered by Anthony. Now here's McDermott. Can't get it to go. Anthony with the defensive effort. Pass to Vucevic. He feeds it to Carmelo. Picked by Vucevic. Anthony kicks to Dellavedova. Vucevic against McGee. And it's Vucevic missing.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
And Thompson kicks to Anthony. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. He dishes it to McDermott. He kicks to Lillard. Just 5 to shoot.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Trailblazers.
It was like watching a 3-point shooting contest tonight here, Clark.
I call them warm-up jump shots. I mean, 3 after 3. It paid off for them in the end.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Anthony. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And so he makes both from the line.
Man, it's been fun to watch McDermott in this one. He has 11 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender, because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
And the second free throw, good. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, you got to love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Back to Morris. Right wing. Here's Powell. Drains the three-pointer. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their turf.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
And the first one at the line is good.
The line for your Lakers.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, with the game out of reach, intentional fouls don't mean anything. It's just an exercise in futility. Let the clock go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Clark. Just doesn't really make a lot of sense at this point.
He doesn't get the second one. Smith. He cans that one.
Talk about a terrific stroke. I mean, the defense was hoping that a 3-ball that deep was not going in.
Yeah,